it's Jenna G. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to my kitchen for another cooking video. In today's video, I'm going to be combining two of our Trini favorites, noodles and stew chicken. I know many of us, well me, I enjoy having the Chowmein noodles with stew chicken. Why not combine and put it all in one dish? So today's video, we're going to be making stew chicken and noodles. So like I said, most of us enjoy stew chicken and then we like our Chowmein noodles, right? And I thought, well, why not put it together like one pasta dish? So we're basically going to be making pasta like you will with linguine or fettuccine and add your chicken. But we're doing it Trini style, so we're doing stew chicken with the noodles. So these are the ingredients that we need that we're going to be using in this video. I've got my Chowmein noodles. I know many of you guys would probably ask the brand. Basically whatever I get my hands on, to be honest with you, I will use it. I just will not choose the thin one for this particular dish, but anyone will work fine. Got my chicken all cut into pieces. Got some saife, some pimento, tomato, onion. I'm going to be using some carrots in here, garlic, my green seasoning already minced up here. It's a combination of different fresh herbs, garlic, pepper as well. I'm going to be using some all-purpose seasoning, MSG free, some paprika, brown sugar, ketchup, some oil for cooking, and my golden ray butter. These are all that we're going to be using in this particular video to prepare this dish. To start off, I'm going to be seasoning the chicken. I've added the green seasoning and the pimentos. The green seasoning, the key ingredients in that would be culantro, what we call shallow benny. And the pimentos, if you don't have your hands on pimentos, you can add hot peppers, or if you don't like spice at all, eliminate it. If you have neither the hot peppers or the pimentos, you can add in some cayenne pepper powder or chili powder. I'm also adding the all-purpose seasoning, the paprika, onions and tomatoes, and I'm just going to mix everything up. Now you can let this marinate for as long as possible, or you can actually cook it one time. I usually prefer to let my meats marinate for a little while. When you're ready to cook the noodles, what you're going to be doing is just adding it to some boiling water. I'm going to be adding some salt in there and also some oil just to help it not stick together. Now I'm going to be cooking this until it's halfway to 3/4 way cooked through. You don't want to overcook your noodles at all in this step. Just in case you do happen to overcook them, what you can do is when you remove the noodles from the water, put it under some running cold water to stop that cooking process. Very, very important to not overcook your noodles. So when we're ready to cook our chicken, I'm going to be adding some oil to a pot. I know some people would say you don't need to add oil, but that's fine. If you prefer not to add the oil, that's okay, you can eliminate it. And then I am going to be adding the brown sugar to the pot. This step is important when you're doing your stew. This is the caramelization of the sugar. So ideally in this step, you want to get that nice brown color that you want in your stew. So just a tip from my grandmother, she says when you see that sugar mixture resembling or looking like a cake batter mixture, that's when it's time to add in your meat. So it'll take a couple of minutes. Leave the heat on low medium, and once you see that cake batter looking mixture, now this step you can either add some ketchup or you can add the meat straight to the sugar mixture. Usually I would add ketchup in this point, but I felt like being a little different, so I'm eliminating the ketchup in this particular step and I'm adding in the chicken to that sugar mixture. So I'm going to mix that all up, get that color, that coat, that brown color on all the chicken pieces. I'll add the ketchup later. Just remember, there are different ways to make that stew. I actually prefer to add the ketchup to the sugar mixture, but it's all up to you. Just felt like being a little different in this video. Of course, I will post the other links to my stew chicken videos so you guys could check out the other ways that I make stew chicken, including my grandmother's way. So you guys get an idea of the different steps, different ways involved. So I'm going to just leave this on high heat, let it cook for about 5 to 10 minutes or so, and let that chicken is going to spring its own water, and then we want that water to evaporate from the pot. Something to remember, stew is one of those dishes that can be done in many different ways. Everybody has their own version, their preference of color. Some like it dark, some like it light. Whatever it is, whichever way you prefer it, by all means go right ahead. Just remember, with any recipe, they basically be out there to be used as a guide in terms of the measurements and all of that, but you can always adjust according to your preferences. Always remember that. So after about 5 to 10 minutes, just before that meat starts sticking to the pot there, I am going to add in some water. So at this point, the color looks perfect. So I'm going to add enough water to cover the meat, and I'm going to let it cook until the meat is all properly cooked through and most of that water is gone. So I'm adding in my ketchup at this point. Again, you can add in the ketchup at any point that you like. Mix that all up, make sure everything is coated nicely with the ketchup mixture, and then I'm adding in my water, and I'm going to let this cook for about 20 minutes. 25 minutes, can be longer depending on the size of the chicken, how much water you have in the pot, but don't add too much water at the beginning. If you need to add some more later on, you can go ahead and do so. At this point, I'm going to be adding in my carrots. So if you are using other vegetables, you don't need to add it in at this point depending on what the vegetables are. So I'm adding in the carrots because the carrots going to need some cook time. I'm adding in the golden ray butter. I'm just going to stir that in. So I'm not somebody who enjoys crunchy vegetables, so I want to make sure that my carrots are nicely cooked. So I'm going to be adding it in this step. Another thing is the vegetables. You guys can add any vegetables and any amount. Treat this dish like a regular chicken pasta, but we do it with a little Trini style twist, and by that I mean stew chicken in the pasta. So about 20 minutes later, you see how nicely everything is cooked down. The chicken, perfect color, not much of the sauce in it. Most of the water has been evaporated. I'm also adding in some freshly chopped chive, and if you have any other vegetable, fresh herbs, you can add it in. And at this point, you want to taste it for salt. Once it's tasting to your liking, you're going to add in that cooked noodles. So I still want to keep some sauce in the stew when I'm adding any noodles, because I want it to cook up in there, and I want that sauce to be absorbed in the noodles, and I want everything to just tie in so nicely. So at this point, I am just going to reduce the heat and just let it simmer for a bit. Let the noodles get a chance to cook through. Now remember, the heat alone of the stew chicken will continue cooking the noodles. If you don't want to use the yellow Chowmein noodles, feel free to substitute it for fettuccine or even linguine, whichever you prefer. And then to finish off, I am just going to be adding some freshly chopped chive. And again, if you have any other fresh herbs that you want to add in, and if you want to add in any other vegetables at this point, would be the perfect time. And especially if you add in things like cabbage that does not require much cook time, and even spinach leaves, they don't require much cook time, so you can add it in at this point and just stir everything up. And guys, we've got yourself some stew chicken noodles to enjoy. So there we have it, guys, our stew chicken and noodles. One dish, delicious meal for you guys to try out if you've never tried it before. So as always, thank you guys for watching this video. If you have not tried this dish before, I encourage you to try it out. Sounds kind of weird to some stew chicken and just throw noodles in it. Yes, it's delicious. So give it a try out. Don't forget to send me pictures if you do try it out. I always look forward to getting photos. Send it on my Facebook page or Instagram or even email. And if you did like this video, of course, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to share with all your friends and your family. The continued love and support is very, very much appreciated, guys. So thank you as always for watching again. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you guys in my next video.